everybody, and welcome to Rose Sky Tarot. Now, this reading is for Sagittarius for the 28th of January 2019, and it's a general reading, so may not suit everyone, but hopefully there's a message here just for you. Enjoy. Okay, now let's have a look at these top three cards. We have the Hierophant in reverse, the Six of Swords in reverse, and the Hanged Man in reverse. Now, with the Hierophant in reverse, has there been something that you've been taught or has been ingrained within you that is maybe, excuse me, that is maybe promoting fear or intolerance? And it could be that even it's holding people back through an abuse of power or a position. And moving on to the Six of Swords in reverse, this is a situation that's very easy to be stuck in. And if you have grown up believing that someone is wrong because of the way that you've been brought up, or, someone has promoted fear within you, that is something that would stay with you, and you could be stuck in this negative cycle that's going from one generation to another. And it's as if that, excuse me, it's as if that the narrow-mindedness from your elders are just travelling down until it reaches you. So that this, repression and fear and intolerance of other people seem to be growing as the generations do. And that appears to be something that is a little bit narrow-minded, because just because someone else has a belief and tries to instill that belief onto you, does that mean that it's right? Now, in having that view, could you maybe holding yourself back? Because if all you do is look at things in the negative way, you're dismissing all the positiveness that is opportunities for you, because you are being extreme. You're whitewashing by one belief. Excuse me. Sorry about this. I've got something in my throat. There we go. Now, we have the Seven of Wands, the Two of Cups in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Now, is there something that you feel strongly enough that you need to defend it? And stand up for what you believe in, and possibly even take action against other people because of the differing opinion. And moving on to the Two of Cups in reverse, that sets you up for disagreements. Because if you're standing up for what you believe in and the other person is doing something similar, that is just going to produce conflict. So it could be that, you're going from one argument to another because of differing beliefs. Now, that's not a very healthy way to live, because if you're living in a situation where there's a lot of arguments and animosity, then that has a great impact on you. And it could instill a lack of interest in moving forward and seeing things through. Because if you're both conflicted about what the better outcome would be, do you maybe agree to, stop discussing it? Or, for the sake of peace, not do what you plan to do? Let's move on to the next set of cards now. And we have the Knight of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Now, someone, feels that they know the right thing. They know all about this information, and, they just want to run in and fix whatever it is. And, they totally believe 100% that their views are correct. And they're just going in to look at the individual problem and try to fix that individual problem. But are all of these problems popping up in different places? So are you maybe not looking at all of these problems as one issue? Are you not thinking generally enough? Are you not looking at things on the larger scale? And it could be that it could be financial. It could be that, you believe that people should be able to access money when, they are having a very difficult time. But then, do you also feel that there are people who do that when they really don't have to? And it's more about them taking advantage. So, in a way, do you maybe feel that people are taking advantage of things in a more general sense? I'm not talking about individuals here, I'm talking about groups. Do you maybe feel that people are looking for handouts or charity when they really don't need it? And you feel that this is something that should be cleaned up, because looking for handouts or charity isn't something that you want to see. So is this you taking a stand? Is there something that you want to stamp out without looking at the bigger picture? Because do you feel that, they are taking advantage and should actually be looking towards themselves to provide for themselves? Is that what you believe is your stand? That people shouldn't be able to look for help, that they should stand on their own 2 feet? Now, let's move down to the next set of cards. And we have the Temperance card, the King of Swords, and the Strength card. Now, there is a slightly different stance here, because this card is about balance and moderation, and bringing people together and self-control. So could it be possible that this is another stance? Is this maybe the opposing view of someone that you love or have a connection with? Because they believe that we're all here in this position together, and that we should be working for the greater good. We should be living in harmony and have, a balance, so that there shouldn't be extremes in whatever it is that you're fighting about. Now, this is also something that has been based on this person's logic, because they also feel that they're doing the right thing, that this is the right view to have. And it would feel logical to them that we should all be trying to solve problems as one person, not have infighting and different views. Because, this person here feels that there should be compassion, and you should have a little bit of heart about what you're doing, and be again, this is about unification, about integrating the extremes into one harmonious view. And have patience and use your instincts to manage what's going on, the extreme feelings that's going on. Because this is the right way to do things, to take care of each other. So there are two very differing views here. There is one who wants to charge in and to solve each individual problem, and look at the person's financial view and whether they are taking care of themselves or not, and, decide whether or not that they should be taking care of themselves. And that view doesn't look at the larger plan. It looks at small individual instances. And if you look at each instance as one thing, then you don't get the bigger picture of the struggles that people are facing. Whereas this person down here believes that, you should be looking at this whole situation as, one instant, not individual instance, but this whole action that's happening here should be viewed as one instance. And it could be about the truth of the situation that's going on. And by having each other's back, and being compassionate towards each other. So there's two very, very different points of view that are causing you both to stand up for your beliefs, but it's causing difficulties within you and your relationship. Now, the last set of cards that we have here are the Three of Swords in reverse, the Ten of Cups in reverse, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. Now, in standing up for what you believe in with this person that, you have a heartfelt connection with, has there been many conversations where you've maybe came away from it and you've been a little bit hurt about what's been said? Has it maybe turned more personal than it should have done? And it could be that you're confused at the other person's view and feel that, it could be quite a cruel and harsh view. And this just perpetuates the arguments between yourselves. And it creates a separation between you, that you feel that your views are so different. That is your connection a true one? Because do you maybe feel that with all the hurtful things that have been said and the differences of view, that how can your connection be a realistic one if you're so different? And the last card that we have is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Now, all of these hurtful things and extreme points of view, do you maybe feel that maybe the connection isn't there anymore? Do you maybe resent what they do or how they feel about things? And, it could be that, you want to move away and not be associated by this person because you feel so disgusted by the other person's point of view that you don't want to be around them. And that is very, very strong points of view. You're standing up for what you believe in, and the result is that could be that you don't like each other as much because of the harsh things said between you, because of the arguments about these issues. Let's have a look at these three cards again from the bottom of the deck. Now, we had the Hierophant, the Six of Swords, and the Hanged Man, all in reverse. Now, there is this card, the energy behind it. There is this ethos of extremism here and intolerance of other people, and using whatever position or piece of power that you can to hold the other person down. So it's a very negative way of thinking. And it is one that holds you back, because this negativity can just really make things worse. And it's something that stays in your head, that even though you may have moved away from a situation, that it isn't really leaving you. It's still there in the back of your mind. And it can taint your views. It can make you narrow minded and hold you in this state of intolerance, and not allow you to move forward into a more positive way of thinking or a better way of living. So there's two very different points of view here. And I am not here to say which point of view is correct. That is for you to determine with your experience and, way of thinking and, how you view life in general. But there is a discrepancy in your view with someone that you love. And it's causing problems within your personal relationship. And that is the thing that is in peril at this moment on a personal level. These larger issues will not be solved overnight. They have been going on for a long time, no doubt, and will continue to do so. But your strong beliefs in the best way of moving forward is something that could destroy a relationship with someone that you have a very strong, loving connection with. Okay, I'm going to leave it there now. I am not going to tell you which belief is the correct one, because that is down to each individual perception of what is right and wrong. But hopefully this reading has highlighted issues and maybe helped you to see a different point of view on things. So that you can have a better understanding of where the other person is maybe coming from. Okay, now I'm going to leave it there. And this has been a difficult reading because of the differing views within it. And please take care with whatever it is that you're doing this week, and I'll see you next week. Bye, Sagittarius.